Hi everyone, welcome back to Spiritual Growth Tarot. I'm Denise, and this reading will be for Friday, March 12th, 2021. And wait, where's the box? I'm using, oh goodness, sorry. The Everyday Enchantment Tarot by Poppy Palin. It comes in this awesome box. Hold on. And oops, the book's upside down, but you know, it's a book and you've got the cards on both sides. She's an awesome artist, but the cards are very, very specific. Oh, and I colored the edges, so if you order the deck, the cards won't come that way. But her artwork is very, very specific, which is sometimes right on, and then other times I kind of have to get a spiritual message out of it, you know, to heal our souls, which is what my intention always is. I sometimes will have to grab a different deck to show you the symbology. So, but let's see, March 12th. Okay, so the Fool reversed, and then our theme is the Eight of Cups reversed. Okay, and the Ace of Wands reversed. Well, that's interesting. No big deal, we'll figure this out. Okay, so let's look at the image upright first. So with the Eight of Cups, now this is one of the messages that I absolutely, one of the artwork, one of the pieces of art for a spiritual message that I really love, because this shows us, well here, let me show you on, well, let's use, hold on, bear with me. You guys are always so patient. I really appreciate it because I do this all the time. Probably drives some people nuts. I apologize. But you know, I'm a teacher of spiritual law by nature. That's just who I am. So any opportunity I get, unless you're a friend of mine, and I'm never going to shove anything down anybody's throat that way. Here's the original, and I don't want to shove anything down anybody's throat in any situation. But anyway, the Eight of Cups, you can see this person's walking away in both, whether it's the traditional Rider-Waite or the Light Seers Tarot. In all decks, it's somebody walking away. Now, one of the meanings that I love about this card is you have to read into which is right for you. It's often you're walking away because there's nothing else you can do. And, you know, let me get my chopstick here. In the Light Seers Tarot, we've got the sun coming up over here. And even though there aren't 8 cups, we just, we know it's the Eight of Cups. And maybe there's maybe these other cups. Oh, I never noticed that before. Okay, so have all the other cups sunk? Because there's one, here's one here. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then there's the 8th? Yeah. So this could be like, our last bit of self-esteem, and we're not going to engage anymore, and so we take self-responsibility and walk away. And and you can see that here too with the imagery. Well, at least we can clearly see that there are 8 cups, but this, the life force of the red, jacket, coat, whatever, and the shoes, and even needing a cane to get away, get up out of the water, get out of the murk, murky emotions, and walk away, get away from this negative situation that has been, maybe, taken a terrible, terrible toll. So to me, essentially on a level of spiritual growth, it's about self-responsibility and knowing when to walk away. But here in Poppy Palin's deck, she has, so now here's my question. Is this somebody else's dishes that you've been doing? Is this a place where you've been enabling somebody and taking, too much care of them when they could they could get up and do their own dishes? Or is it, and this is, these are only questions we can answer ourselves, is it literally not taking care of what you need to take care of, and you are walking away from something you should be responsible for, right? I mean, if these are your dirty dishes, you should do them. Or hire someone to do them. If that's what you want. I mean, if you can do that, that's cool. No judgment at all, because, sometimes people just, we all have our gifts. But there's beautiful imagery here. There's an owl, so this shows the wisdom, and then the sprite, and these two sprites. So like maybe they're opening a door saying, you've got to get out of this situation. And maybe this is, and again, she's got the red jacket. So Poppy Palin stayed pretty close to, very close actually, to the original writer Waite. So I think the message more is, because I often don't read. Yeah, it's rare. It's really rare for me to read the book that comes with the deck. I tend to study from, hold on, let me grab this book. I study from this book here because it has upright and reversed by Mary Greer. And also for the symbology, oops, I'm dropping things all over the place. This is an awesome book, The Ultimate Guide to Tarot by Liz Dean. It's beautiful and it's complete. And then there's the book that comes with the Radiant Rider Waite. In the back of that book, there's like a bibliography of the symbols and their meaning of the symbols and colors and everything. So the symbology is what is most important, I think. So anyway, with this card, I feel like I think the message here is that she's taken the last bit of her life force that has been enabling other people. And she's leaving because she just can't do it anymore. We've got the iron back here, the laundry, the ironing. This is a woman that can't handle doing all the housework anymore. And obviously no one's helping her because there's no happy family around here. We even have, like the mop in the, bucket of water. Right? So this spells out lots and lots of housework, and I just can't do it anymore. Now, it could just be a day where you don't feel like doing housework. And if that's the case, take the day off. But we have to remember, it did come through reversed. So the message there to me feels like, maybe there's a need for looking at why we don't walk away from things that are not our responsibility. Is there a fear of change? Is there a fear of loss? Are we avoiding something? Is there a self-esteem issue in here? Because this is outright stagnation, because you're still doing it, whatever it is. So we all have to search inside and see, like, what are we still doing that holds us back? And take self-responsibility to figure out what that is. So maybe this is one of those days. Now, with the Fool, it's I love this deck. It's like, or I love this card in all the decks. It's the guy it's the impetus. It's the life force that gets us going on a new adventure. But we do need to be careful. And when it comes through reverse, then it could be a risky situation. It could be, at the very least, just hesitation, and that these go together. So there's this hesitation about freeing ourselves from something that is causing stagnation in our lives. And then with the Ace of Wands reversed, it's also creating a place where we don't have the energy, the power's not coming through us anymore. So maybe this is just one of those days where we don't have the life force to do anything except for feel into and try and figure out what's going on, why the stagnation. Now, if you're going through, any type of a health issue and you're healing, well, it's also a good time because, when you're down, and I don't know if you're like me, but if I get a migraine or headache or something that's really bad, I can't even look. I can't do anything. I end up just, fetal position with my eyes closed. I haven't had anything like that in a long, long time. Once I figured out what the dietary triggers were for me, I stopped having them, and, always have drank lots of water, so that's not a problem. But anyway, so there are food intolerances that cause migraines, of course, and, MSG is one of them, and then all these ridiculous, what do they call them, yeast extracts. If you look in any processed food and there's the word yeast extract, that's code for MSG. But anyway, so Ace of Wands here this is a very highly movement-oriented card where we want to get something done that we're really passionate about, or we want to at least start something that's not really completion, because that would be, more like the 9 or 10 of Wands. 8 of Pentacles would be in there as well. This is a beginning of something new. As well as this, these two cards straight up are all about, starting something brand new. And something that's fun. So to turn these cards straight up, the answer would be, if it's just stagnation and you're not going through a health issue or just having a bad day, physically, or where you need to rest, if it's emotionally stagnant, situation that's going on, if it's unemotionally stagnant situation that's going on, then the answer would be to see, what is it that makes you feel alive? What is it that would be a lot of fun? Like, what new adventure would be helpful to get in, to get inside of and start doing. Again, here we have, the owls. The horse in the background shows the power. And see the symbology here, the life force of the sun. And this, sprite guide, I think Poppy Palin calls them sprites, but these inspirational muses. And what else do we have here? I guess a chicken that reminds us, or maybe that's the rooster that crows that says, "Get up." Yeah, because, it's sunrise here. I don't think it's sunset. I think it's sunrise, because this is an Ace of Wands, so it's a brand new beginning. So that's the energy to get into, to turn it upright. But if this is just one of those days where you need to take good care of yourself, then by all means, just take care of your body. Don't neglect yourself. We really do need to learn good self-care. Okay, so let me use the Spirit Animal Oracle. Let's see. Yeah, okay, so this brings in the quality with the ant spirit in collaboration. I think this could be in the context of the previous 3 cards. I think this brings in the energy of delegation, asking for help, that we can't do anything alone. And when we're going through, these times like this where we just can't take it anymore, we need to accept that. This way we're not accepting it. When it's reversed, the 8 of Cups reverse would be a non-acceptance. And to bring it upright, we do need to accept it. And I think that's where the surrender, or what the surrender is about. And then that will bring in the peace. Right? I mean, we're all looking for happiness and peace, and whether we know it or not. And of course, there are a lot of people in the world who are addicted to negativity. And, you know, I mean, you can see that in politics all the time. Look at our ex-president. That's pretty much his entire modus operandi. So we're healing from that. We're healing. We're all going through the final, probably, I don't know if it's the final stages, but somewhere in there of healing our post-traumatic Trump disorder, as my awesome spiritual sister over at Debbie at Freebird Spirit Tarot, she calls it post-Trump trauma disorder, or post-trauma Trump disorder. Anyway, we're healing that. We are healing that, and we can't do it alone. We definitely have to accept it and surrender to it. You can't surrender to anything you don't accept, right? And that's what will bring in the peace. So yeah, when we have those days, self-care, man, that's it. That's the key to anything. Because to push ourselves further just will create, it could create an accident. It could create a really serious health issue. It could create ruptures in relationships. It can create a crisis. So, okay, well that's all I have on the issue. I think right now, self-care, at least in congruence with these cards here. So I'll be back soon. Thanks, you guys. And I hope you're going to be in a wonderful, wonderful weekend. It's coming up soon. We're here already. Okay, see you later. Bye.